Welcome back to the next episode of the Passport Project Read Aloud. I'm Kellie McIntyre, author of the Passport Project. Today we are traveling from Australia to New Zealand, also known as the adventure capital of the world. I'll be reading a few selections from Chapter 17, Adventure Capital of the World. Riley, 12. Whoa! What a bizarre beach! Long shovels, not beach umbrellas, stick out of the sand. Women in bikinis and shirtless men dig furiously along the beach. With churned up piles of gritty brown sand, this beach looks like a construction zone, not a place to chill. What's the deal with this place? It looks like a scene from Holes, except the diggers aren't juvenile delinquents. It does, but unlike the characters in Holes, these diggers know exactly what they're looking for. Hot water. Mom points to groups of people sitting in big sand holes. See those people? They found it. Now they're relaxing in their personal hot tubs. So we've got to make our own, Dad says. Ooh, look, there's one. I point to an empty, water-filled hole the size of a baby pool. Perfect, Delaney says. Let's get it. I dash across the sand and jump into my private hot tub. Bummer. The water's cold. No wonder it's empty. They need a map showing where to dig, I say, noticing the abandoned pools across the hot tub zone. We spot a friendly-looking man taking a shoveling break. So how does this work? Dad asks. There are two geothermal fissures below the sand. You want to dig until you find a hot spring leak. Once you find your hot water faucet, then dig out your hot tub and let it fill with water. But be careful, it's scalding. Use a bucket to add ocean water so you don't get burned. He points to the plastic buckets scattered around. This is going to be so fun. I grab a nearby shovel and start digging. I plunge my shovel into the wet sand and toss it aside. I do it again and again and again. 10 minutes pass. The hole isn't even big enough for me, and I haven't found any hot water. I'm out of breath. My back and arms are killing me. I take a break and stab my shovel into the sand. Resting against my shovel, I scan the hot tub zone to see if my family has had better luck. Wouldn't you know it? There's DeLazy, chilling with another family in their spa. Oh, how does she do that? Mom waves me over. Delaney made friends. They invited us to join them. I squeeze between the Argentinian sisters. I lie back in their homemade hot tub, propping my feet on a bucket to protect them from a hot spot. Mooching off someone else's is much easier than digging your own. My dad sits next to theirs. His name is Mateo, and he's in real estate too. The six of us are driving around New Zealand for 6 weeks in an RV, Mateo explains. Oh man, I'd love to do that, Dad says in his best Spanglish. It's a terrible idea, the oldest sister whispers to Del and me, shaking her head slowly. No way, Jose, would I spend 6 weeks in a hairmobile with Delaney. Delaney, 14. Only a few more days until we reach the epicenter of the adventure capital, and I can't leave there without bungee jumping. You've got to work your magic, I tell Rye. We're gonna be in Queenstown in a few days. I've tried guilt, tears, and compliments. Mom's not budging. Emotion won't work with her. We need to use logic and competition. Did you know Queenstown has over 200 adventure activities? I ask while we explore the cute downtown. Queenstown's super blue lake is the exact shade of Mom's rain jacket. Sounds like the fountain of youth to me, Dad says. Sounds like the fountain of stupidity, Mom says. I glance at Riley. You know, Bungee jumping in New Zealand is the traveler's badge of honor. Nothing else even comes close. Nice start, Rye. I tag team. Not zorbing or luging or jet boating. Nothing. I can't think of anywhere cooler than bungee jumping off the bridge where it all started. Good one, Dad. Did you know more than 2 million people have successfully jumped off the Carawell Bridge? Riley pauses like a pro. That's safer than scuba diving. Fine, Mom says. We can look into it. Yes! Rye and I silently high-five behind Mom's back. Then Riley tops it off with a tiny celebration move. Since we happen to be standing in front of the A.J. Hackett bungee shop, we go inside and get the good news, bad news. The good news. I booked my bungee jump for tomorrow. The bad news? They reject Dad and Rye as jumpers. Dad because of his detached ACLs, and Riley for the usual. Sorry, but the minimum weight is 35 kilos. The employee rubs his beard. What's that in pounds? Riley asks with hopeful desperation. His eyes scan a small chart. 77. Even if Riley put on everything in her suitcase, she wouldn't weigh 70. If I weigh enough by tomorrow, can I jump? Riley pleads. Sure, the guy says, chuckling. I'm hyped, but I play it cool because of Rye. We go to dinner and Riley orders like she's a college football player. She eats it all, then orders ice cream. I hope she doesn't throw it all up. I can't share a room with that kind of disappointment. It's jump day. Riley gorges on a gigantic breakfast and lunch, then puts on her heaviest shoes. We drive to the bridge for my 12:30 jump. Riley runs inside the shop and steps on the scale. 71. It's not fair! Tears pour down Riley's face. Bungee jumping was my idea. I'm the one who wanted to do this. I'm sorry, Rye. You can do it somewhere else when you're older. Mom tries to hug her, but Riley pushes her away. I hate being small. This is the one thing I wanted to do more than anything else on this whole trip. Riley wipes snot from her nose. The Riley Reinvention Project is a total failure, and I'm going home exactly the same. I'm disappointed too, Dad says, trying not to cry. We go to the observation deck and watch in silence as people jump, dive, and fling themselves off the bridge with only a giant rubber band yanking them from death. When it's my turn, Mom hugs me. Don't die or I'll kill you. I sit on the 2x3 wooden platform perched 141 feet over a swiftly moving river. A tattooed Kiwi straps my ankles together before I shuffle to the edge of the platform. Wave to the camera, he says. I wave quickly, my body tingling. It's like I'm watching myself in a dream, doing something I'd never do in real life. A giddy dizziness washes over me when I see the river below. Terror and exhilaration race through my body. I can't tell which one is winning. I feel powerful. I feel alive. 6 months ago, I never would have done this, but I'm not that same person. The jump master counts down. 3, 2, 1. I fall forward off the bridge, leaving the old Delaney behind. As I plunge 14 stories toward the river, terror loses to exhilaration. I beat my anxiety. I can do anything. I stretch my arms toward the river. Just as I'm about to touch the water, boing! The bungee yanks me back. I recoil, then I free fall again, over and over until the rope stops swinging. I'm dangling upside down a few feet above the river. A guy in a nearby raft extends a long pole toward me. I grab it, and he pulls me into the boat. I lie on my back, my chest heaving, while a team quickly unstraps my ankles and paddles me to shore. My parents are waiting at the top of the steep gravel path. "How was it?" Dad yells. "It was incredible. There's no way to describe the rush." I lock eyes with Mom. "You have to do it." No thank you." "Come on, Kel. Rye and I would give anything to do it, but we can't. You'll regret it if you don't," Dad says. "I don't want to stand on the bridge, much less jump off it." "Dad's right. You're gonna regret it if you don't do it," I say. I walk my mom to the shop while she considers it. She hates regret more than heights. "What if I get on the bridge and change my mind? Can I get my money back?" she asks the guy behind the counter. "Nope, no refunds if you chicken out." Bungee jumping costs over $100. If she pays, she won't back out. She's more scared of losing money than jumping off a bridge. She signs the forms, exhaling deeply, then slides the money across the counter. He reaches for it, but Mom snatches it back. "I don't know if I can do it," she whines like she's 4, not 44. "Yes, you can." I slide the cash toward the guy. Just as he reaches for it, she yanks it back again. "You're being ridiculous, Mom. Make a decision." "Fine, I'm doing it." She pushes the money across the counter one last time. Surrounded by people half her age, Mom waits on the bridge for her turn. Dad and I join Rye on the observation deck and make bets on whether she'll chicken out. 20 minutes later, Mom takes a seat on the step next to the platform. She's up. The tattooed Kiwi straps her ankles together and helps her stand. She shuffles to the edge of the tiny wooden square. She looks across the canyon at us. Channeling her inner Katniss, Mom touches 3 fingers to her lips and gives us a Hunger Games salute. But she doesn't jump. She launches into an Olympic medal-worthy swan dive. It is epic. Passport lesson number 10. If you give in to your fears, you'll miss out on life's greatest moments. One of our discussion questions for New Zealand is, have you ever allowed fear to hold you back from taking a risk? Do you regret that decision? Please let me know in the comments. That's it for our New Zealand reading. I hope you'll read the entire chapter on your own because there are tons of great stories about the adventure capital of the world. Join me in the next episode where we'll be headed to Indonesia. Until then, dream big and travel far.